everybody, this is Rebecca with RebeccasRoadmap.com, and it is week 3 of my 3 Things Art Journal Challenge. And today the prompt is green, dog, and squares, which I've got some square die cuts here somewhere, like these, that I might use. And I also thought that I would cut up some of these things into squares to use as part of the background. And I also have this kind of cool speech bubble-ish looking thing that I thought would go good with the dog, since it's like pieces of chicken. So I'm going to try and incorporate that in here somewhere. So that is where we're starting. I also have this. It's got these little squares and it's got this yellow strip. I'm just thinking against the green, if I have some warmer tones like red and yellow, that it might look kind of cool. And I'm also going to use my Liquitex soft body this week instead of using the green craft paint. I just had a thought. I don't know, I was thinking I had used green already, but I haven't. But I'm going to use the Liquitex soft body this week instead of using the green craft paint, because I had trouble writing on this with some of my, like I have a silver pen, metallic pen and so forth, and it wasn't working so well on this less expensive craft paint. So I'm going to try these and see if that works better. So I'm just going to get started and see what we create, because I have no idea what I'm doing as usual, but that's part of the fun, right? So I hope you join in the challenge, and I hope you like this video. If you do, hit that like button, that thumbs up down below, and let me know that you want to keep seeing things like this. So let's get started. I was doodling. And I'm sorry, there's a shadow and there's not much I can do about it because it's storming outside and it's very overcast. So hopefully it will get done soon and the sun will come back out. But we'll see. I don't think I've done this little scraping technique. I don't even have any paper towels with me. I thought I was more prepared than last week, but evidently I'm not. Okay, let's see how this does. This is a pretty green. I'm liking that already. And if you want, you can get a couple pieces of parchment or wax or freezer paper, kind of stick behind here. I don't know if you guys watched last week's video, but for some reason, I filmed a segment when I was doing this part, but when I went to download it, it wouldn't download off my memory card. It was like there, but I don't know what happened to it. So you guys didn't get to see this part last week with the, what was that? Purple butterfly triangle, which the triangles turned out really cool, I thought. But, you know, that's life. Stuff happens, and I can't go back and redo it, so I just said, sorry, this is what I did. I didn't know how else to handle that. I was like, okay, did I not put the video up? But I thought it turned out pretty cool, and you guys might like to see it. So I just went with it. Okay, and I'm just going to flip to a page back here, one that doesn't have something on it, and put the rest of this green paint there. I'll move this page back here. Alrighty then, we'll let that dry for a second and I'm going to grab a paper towel and clean this lid up a little bit and get started with our collage elements. Okay, that's almost dry. So let's see what our collage elements are going to look like. I cut this out last week from a mac and cheese ad. So I may have to edit it a bit to make it work for this. Maybe a little bit too big. And I just fell in love with this dog. I actually kind of like this background stuff. So maybe I'll use that somewhere else, because I don't think I want the purple in this spread. But I thought the green and the red would look kind of cute. And this was my jumping off point last week when I was looking at stuff. I saw this dog, and I just couldn't help myself. I'm going to cut his whiskers off and then draw them back on. I don't think he's going to care. But I am going to stick this purple paper back into my stash, because I think I could use the verbiage, the numbers on something else. I guess it stopped raining, the birds are back out, and the goats are out playing. Alright, I'm going to cut the end of this off, because I don't want that, but I may cut more of that off. And put this in my trash and set that to the side. Don't think we need all of this. I think we could cut him off. I'm just going to cut off under this bow tie. He's pretty big. He's going to take up a pretty big portion of the page. Let's see what this looks like. If I cut this mac and cheese off. Not sure what I want him to say or what he's thinking. I don't know. You guys, do you think that works? do we need to do something like that? I'm thinking the mac and cheese needs to go. Let me cut that off. I could make it look like a dog bowl over here though, maybe. I don't know. That might be a bit much. Okay, so if I use this, he's gonna have to go on this side. It almost looks like he wants to, like he's talking out of this side of his mouth because he's got these little snarly teeth. I need to cut that like that. Maybe I just need to make my own little speech bubble. I'm so not sure where I'm going with this. I like him better on this side of the page. So maybe I just need to, well, it's the shape. Maybe I can just flip him over and cut it down and just use the shape of it and then color over it. Not worry about the chickens. Or cut part of them off and glue them on this side. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. First, I want to see about some stuff around the edges here. Okay, so we can do squares this time. So I'm going to cut some strips of this in different sizes. So I have some different size squares. I kind of like this guy with the flamingo jumping off the diving board. Don't have any idea what I would do with him. I think I'm gonna cut his piece out. Let's kind of set him to the side. Let's see. I've got a larger and a smaller, so let's kind of maybe go medium-ish with this. See what that looks like. I think I'm gonna pass on this one, so I'll put that back in my stash with that one. I'm trying to decide if I want to, this might look kind of cool mixed in with that. Yeah, let's go for it. So I think if I do the yellow, it's going to be just too much, like too, let's say, bulky, bold, not enough interest. It's funny, there's a Purina ad on the back of this page. We just can't get away from the dogs. I don't want that piece there. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this into squares. I'm eyeballing it. Just enough so you can know they're squares and not, you know, rectangles. Cut that little verbiage off the bottom of there. I guess I had to, but you guys have as much fun cutting up paper as I do? It's funny because when my daughter was little, like when she was, well, probably until she was like 5 or 6, she just would cut up paper and make things and glue things together. She went through so much paper, it was crazy. But I just let her because she was being creative. She wasn't hurting anything. She was just gluing stuff together. So I just kind of went with that. Maybe I'll cut that one. I'll have one more piece. Some little ones. Oh, there's something soothing about cutting and gluing paper that brings you back to kindergarten or what. Okay, let's look at some of these pieces. I think I'm going to use all of these because I think I can use that for a different project. And the yellow may be too much. Maybe we can get some of these pink pieces in. Oh, that wasn't quite square, was it? This doesn't have to be perfect. It's just meant to be a fun project. Kind of get your hands wet and get some stuff on the paper without really worrying about it. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of see where I get to with gluing some of these things around. I think that's dry now. That looks kind of cool against the green. So there's going to be no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to kind of glue some stuff around. Doesn't matter if it's upside down. Doesn't really matter because it's just going to kind of end up making something. And we don't know what yet. So I like to overlap things and use different size things. Now that one matches that one, so I'm going to put it over here. So just let your intuition guide you and see where things feel like they need to go. And kind of separate some of these out so I can pull from a yellow or another pile if I want to. I kind of like the raggedness of that edge there. There's some leaf pieces on the back of one of these, and some of them are kind of cool. So I was like, well, let's put some of those in. So if you end up not liking something, just glue something else over it. And if you run out of squares, just cut some more. I do like that yellow in that top corner, so I'm going to put a big yellow square in this other top corner too. that is all of my squares. I could continue with the squares, but I do want some of the green to show. So what do I want to do next? We know that Rupert, I'm calling him Rupert. Rupert's gonna go here. Ooh, maybe he needs to go up here. And we've got our speech bubble. I think we need some more backgroundish stuff. I'm going to put a couple more pieces of yellow. Okay, I like that better. Let's see, I've got this heart. I don't know why I was thinking that this heart would be cool. And then I've got, I didn't use any of these squares. I don't know if that would add to it or make it too crazy. I always want to use some warm tones. I think maybe I just need to do a collage with just these. I think I need to do a collage with just those. That might be kind of cool. Maybe we'll do that next week. Okay, let me see what I've got. Okay, let's see what we've got here. I've got this vine that I can come through and like ink on. I've got this stripe, which I kind of like that stripe. Okay, then I've got this kind of turquoisey ink. I've got the pink, and I've got the yellow, and I've got black. I'm not sure. It's almost like I need some little texture in the background. Maybe I will, let's see. Maybe I'll try this ink there. This is one of the Studio G inks that I have had trouble with it smearing before, but I'm going to see if this is going to work or not. Maybe I should test it. Maybe I should test this first before I get all crazy on my page and see what it looks like. Let's see. Got something sticking there. Let's see. Is that doing anything? I think this ink pad's, let's be old. I think it's like, I think it's dried. I just took it out of the package, so evidently I had it for a while. Okay, so I think that needs to go away. So that didn't work. I'm glad I didn't try it on my big thing. And we know we have black. Let me see what this. This pink distress on this. That's kind of pretty. I'm kind of liking that. Let's do that. Okay, not bad. Have to go in and touch it up a bit. Okay, so, ooh, I bet this is already, I have to throw this away. This is kind of funky. Where's that test page at? Let's see what this looks like. Let me use this down here. Let's get on that. Maybe it's just the stencil. Let's see. Hey, it's square, isn't it? Okay, I'm kind of liking that. Kind of interesting. Let's see. Let me see if I can. May need to use paint on this. I'm gonna have to paint over this crazy page, I think. Let's see. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna clean this off. Oops. To clean it off my table too. I wasn't thinking when I did that and I got ink everywhere.